Hey fam, how are you? I finally figured out how to use this microphone, which is great. And today I'm sitting at a park in Chicago, looking at a sign that says Happy Mother's Day and reflecting on my own Mother's Day. And let me tell you what I would love. There's nothing more than I would love and come here and tell you how great of a Mother's Day I've had. Anyway, it was great because I took my own Mother's Day on my own hands. I took it on. I felt also terribly sad. And maybe for silly reasons, but I'm here to share. So, the first thing I did on Mother's Day is call my mom, of course. She lives in Europe, so she was already way into her Mother's Day and made sure that my mom was acknowledged and celebrated. And I put her on with my daughters and we sang her. We just made up a Mother's Day song and sang it to her. And we said, hey, happy Mother's Day, and sang her a song in Spanish. And it was like beautiful and cool. And then I started cleaning my house. It was Sunday, so I wanted to make sure everything was clean and great. And I don't have a partner right now, but I have two kids with two different guys. And silly me, or not silly me, but I think I am, okay, speaking from the soul, I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a way that doesn't make me sound like, I don't know what, but here it goes. I've really tried throughout the years, my older daughter is 8, my younger daughter is 4, to put forth my best foot to have a great relationship with the father of my kids, both of them. And I thought that I could create, or I'm still looking to do this, but my wish is to create a community in which we can celebrate each other and our kids together. And it's not necessarily kumbaya all the time. Sorry, I'm getting really warm. So it's not necessarily kumbaya all the time. I'm not expecting them to, I don't know, send me flowers or anything, but it would have been honestly nice to receive an acknowledgement on Mother's Day of, hey, happy Mother's Day, you're a great mom to my kid and I appreciate all the things that you do. That's it. Really, honestly, that's all I wanted. And not one of them send me anything, which is so unfair to say because usually they're great. But this one day, and I didn't realize how much it meant to me that they would say something until it didn't happen. Maybe I took it all for granted. I don't know. And then I feel bad because I was like, society talks to you and tells you, oh, once you're separated, it shouldn't mean anything. I don't feel that way. I feel like even though we're separated and I am no longer in a relationship with any of them, doesn't mean that we shouldn't acknowledge how great of parents we are. We shouldn't celebrate each other. We still talk and I support and I feel like I'm there for them when they need me. And so just having a small moment of acknowledgement and celebration for me, it was just something that would have made me really happy. So the funny part about all this is that I've been suffering through this. Honestly, I was suffering. And so I went to ChatGPT because I cannot write for shit. I cannot express my emotions. I was having usually I'm pretty good, but this one I was having a really difficult time. So I went to ChatGPT and I asked him what to say. So here, I just want to tell you how it started because here's how AI can be extremely useful, right? I actually love this. So here how it goes. I told ChatGPT, write a message to both fathers of my two girls saying something like, I felt so sad because on Mother's Day, you guys barely didn't say anything to me. You didn't congratulate your mothers. No nice messages, nothing. It's so sad because we support each other as a family, whatever, and I'd be there for you. And it's just to feel like a little heartbroken. That's all. I wanted to say that. But we get what we get and we don't get upset, right? And I was like getting passive aggressive towards ChatGPT. Anyhow, ChatGPT is, yep, I got you, always, right? AI is always so accepting. Makes sense. So here's the message that they sent. So this is the first message that ChatGPT say, hey, I just wanted to share something that's been on my mind. Yesterday was Mother's Day and I didn't hear for anything from you, not even a message. It really hurt. I've always tried to show up and be supportive, and moments like this made me question the sense of community and support I thought I had here. I'm truly reevaluating a lot, just felt important to say that. And then it's like, do you want me to change the reevaluation part a bit? And I was like, sure. And so I changed it to make it so that the rethinking and reevaluation was a little bit different. Fine, I did all that. Then I sent it to one of them and they didn't read it. And so I deleted it immediately because in WhatsApp you can delete completely the messages, right? I deleted it immediately because I was like, this is not the message I want to say. This sounds too petty. This sounds too attacky. This is not what I wanted to create. This is not the feeling that I want to feel. Like, it doesn't want them to feel guilty about not doing anything. That's not the point. The point is not to make them feel guilty about doing anything. The point is to tell them my needs or teach people how I want to be treated, right? And then not necessarily expect them to do anything about it, because it's on me to figure out then if they are going to be the ones that can do this for me or if I have to do this by myself. To be honest and to be clear, I didn't expect anybody to celebrate my Mother's Day, right? And before I tell you how they responded, wait for it. But I didn't expect anybody to celebrate my Mother's Day. What I actually did is plan my own Mother's Day. So I took the girls and decided to go on a hike. So I took them to this beautiful state park and we had a lot of fun together and we had a picnic and I packed everything and I had the best Mother's Day, honestly. One of them lent me a car because I live in the city, I don't have a car. One of them lent me a car and he barely said Happy Mother's Day and then lent me a car. And I'm so grateful. I am. The other one showed up in the end and got us McDonald's for dinner or something. And I'm just, even saying it out loud, it makes me want to cry because honestly, it feels like I am such an afterthought. And the amount of work that I put in as a mother to make sure these girls are well and acknowledged and this can grow up as great humans in this world is incomparable. And I know dads do a lot, don't get me wrong, but the amount of work that I put in, honestly, is really high. And I think all mothers can feel this way, where it's like, so I was really grateful for everything that I got. I don't want to sound ungrateful. And yet I know that that's not how I would want it in the future. And that's basically all I'm saying. All right, let's go back to the fun part of how do we emotionally responsibly respond and ask for our needs when we're called for. I hope this video actually helps somebody, because if not, I'm just embarrassing myself on the internet. So I sent the first text and deleted it immediately, so nobody saw it. But then this is the second thing that I said to ChatGPT, and I said, hey, this isn't... No, I sent it and deleted it immediately. I felt so bad to send it. I don't want to make them do anything different than what they would otherwise do. And also, I want to let them know how I prefer to be treated. So that's the message that I sent GPT, right? And then after that, GPT said, that makes total sense. It's really powerful that you want to be honest about your feelings without trying to guilt them into changing. You're setting a boundary that is sharing your preferences, not making a demand. Here's the new version that reflects what I think you should want to say, or you should want to say. So this is the second version that I created for me. And I just want to say how smart intelligence these AI have become. But this is the message. Hey, is it a complaint? Just something that I want to share honestly. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and I realized how much it would have meant to hear a kind word or acknowledgement. I'm learning to express what matters to me, and being seen and appreciated as a mom is part of that. I don't expect anything, but I do want to be clear about the kind of support and energy I value in my life. And I thought that was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful message that I did share it. I did send it, and I felt immediately better. I think I talked to someone on my family, I won't mention too, but about this struggle that I was feeling inside and how sad and hurt I felt because of the lack of acknowledgement. And their response was like, well, what you don't need any man to acknowledge how good of a mom you are, blah. Plus, you should get that from your daughters and not the father of your kids. And I'm like, but people don't want to be celebrated by others. Yes, I want to be celebrated by my community, by the people that I have around. And if they are my community and they say they want to be part of my community, the people I have around, then I feel like that could be part of the thing, right? I don't know. That's how I feel. Anyhow, then one of them responded, and his response was actually quite like, I think making him about himself being better or improving or something like that. And while I appreciated that response, I also felt quite not seen in that response, or I felt like it just took away the attention from how I was feeling into what they needed to do better, which was totally not the point of my message. So then I had to create a new reply. So I put the message into ChatGPT. I will not tell you what it was. And then listen to this. I put the screenshot of the messages into ChatGPT, and then I said, this is what one of them said, but it feels like he completely missed the point, and now I feel like even more like an afterthought. Because then he started saying, oh, I think you're a great mom, and blah. And I was like, this is not, I completely missed the point, thanks, but so and then I said ChatGPT, is it me or is it me? How can I express this sentiment? And then ChatGPT said, you're not overreacting. Your message was clear, heartfelt, and brave. What you're picking up on is real. His response, while polite and kind on the surface, shifts the focus away from your emotional experience and centers it back on his learning curve. That can feel invalidating when you're trying to be seen. And then here's how you should respond. And then he gave me a response that was this was the response just to make this video complete. Thank you for your message. I appreciate the kind words truly, but I want to be honest. When I shared that what I did, it wasn't about needing praise or being gassed up. It was just about, that was part of the words that they used. I was just about being acknowledged in a moment that matters to me. I didn't say it to teach you something or to get anything in return. Just wanted to be seen. And when that didn't happen, it hurt. So I didn't write that. I actually felt like I could respond basically on myself in the same vein and said it way more kinder and way more nicer. And then they replied with, got it, understood. I'll keep that in mind for next time, which was like, fine, I guess. The other one has not responded. So it's fine. They take a little bit more time to respond, or they will not respond. That's not the point. I actually feel it very complete even if he doesn't respond. And today is a full moon in Leo, I think. It's the Buddha Purnima, Buddha day today. Full moon today is the flower moon. Let's look for the sign. In Scorpio. I thought somebody said Scorpio. Today's full moon in Scorpio is a water sign known for intensity, emotional depth, and focus on shared resources. The full moon in Scorpio is seen as no turning back moments, in fact, a choice that has been made and the road moves forward. It emphasizes themes of transformation, intimacy, and the shadow of the self. And honestly, that's what the last 2 days have been feeling like. Without knowing it, this full moon has brought so much emotional transformation and decision and intention towards how do I want the future to be, how do I want to see my relationships, and how do I want to be treated in the future. It's been a beautiful journey, and I am so happy about this journey, and at the same time it's been so emotionally charged and challenging. But yesterday, part of the reason why I picked to go to a hike is because there was like an hour and a half drive, and it really felt like I needed to drive and just clear my head a little bit, because all the emotions that came yesterday were like so intense and clear at the same time. It was really like on one side I felt so hurt and sad, not depressed, just like hurt and sad. But also on the other side, I felt so blessed and clear about what I want in the future. So it's almost like I heard somebody say this, like sadness being so much clarity. It doesn't bring clarity. It brings awareness to a problem. Like, because I'm not clear on the solution yet, but it brings this awareness to something that is really important. And I am so thankful and grateful for that, because part of it is like, I'm taking on the responsibility also for myself. It's like, how do I want to acknowledge myself on this day? How do I want to be celebrated? Making little notes in my head and saying, next year for Mother's Day, I want to do something really nice for myself. Even if nobody else is doing it for me, that's okay. I want to make it bigger than this year. So instead of just a picnic with maybe I'll just travel or do something that celebrates me as a mother, because I just realized that this is really important for me. And that's really it. That's really the learning. And so who's in is in and who's out is out. And that's okay. Not in a mean way, in just an acceptance. I'm grateful for the people who will be there, and I'm grateful for the people that will not be there. And that's totally okay. I do wish some people that I do love, appreciate, and respect will be there, but if they're not, and that's okay. There's no hard feelings, there's no harm. The other thing that I learned was, why did I feel so emotional about sending these messages, right? Or expressing my feeling and emotions and setting boundaries. What if I come across as being selfish or disappointing, or I need too much, or Do I even deserve to be treated this way from people who traditionally in society we may just have to cut off relationships completely? I have been the first person who've always said that once I say I love you, I will love you, right? Regardless of where you are. You don't just stop loving people. And so, but love can also look very differently depending on where we are in stages of life. And so, what was my point with that? I do want to have a relationship with the fathers of my kids. Respectful relationship, right? But I don't want to beg to be loved by my community. I don't want to feel like I am begging for getting what I deserve, what I know I deserve, for putting so much effort into these two little girls' lives. And there's so many other people who maybe are far but want to celebrate me and want to be with me and really see me and appreciate me. I think what I'm learning is I want to spend more time, especially in this moment, with people who really see me and appreciate me. And that's on me. This is all on me. I'm not taking away responsibility from myself. All right. Well, I hope this helps somebody. Happy Mother's Day to all of my strong mothers, emotional, heartful, hardworking mothers who I know are out there raising these kids in this crazy ass world. I love you so much. You're seen. You deserve so much love, so much help, so much support, so much community in this world. Don't settle for anything less. If you had a great Mother's Day, I'm so happy for you. If you felt sad on Mother's Day, I'm also happy for you. I'm here for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.